Are you dead and you don't even know it? You've reached Success Hotline, message number 10,155. I'm Dr. Rob Gilbert. If you ask medical people, they'll tell you the greatest causes of death in America are number one, heart disease, and number two, cancer. If you ask an educator like me, the greatest causes of death in America, I'll only point to one thing: lack of self-esteem. Now, I don't mean if you have lack of self-esteem, they're going to put you in a casket, have a wake. When you don't have self-esteem, you're living, but you're not alive. You're not totally engaged. You're in school, but you're not into school. You're in a sport, you're not into a sport. You're in a job, you're not into a job. You're in a relationship, not into a relationship. I know you get it by now. So let's talk about how I could give you CPR just during this message and bring you back to life so you're totally alive. Well, a lot of the problem goes back to school. And in school, so much of school has to do with ranking people and grading people. Now listen closely. People are not better than you. They're different from you. Just because Johnny is a better writer than you, it doesn't mean he's a better person than you. See, here's the deal. Especially in school, it's not how smart you are. It's how you are smart. Take that in. It's not how smart you are. It's how you are smart. All of us, each and every one of us, has genius inside us. But if we activate this really critical little voice in our mind that says, oh, everybody's smarter than me, everybody's more athletic than me, everybody's more musical than me, we'll totally douse the flames on our genius. People are not better than you. They're different from you. And you're different than anybody who has ever lived. And you have a genius inside of you that's waiting to come out. Your gold lies in your difference. That's what sets you apart. So it's not how smart you are. It's how you are smart. If you ever check out Einstein's old report cards, of course he did really well in sciences, especially physics. But in the social sciences, he just did average. See, you really don't want to be well-rounded. You want to be sharp-edged. You don't want to be a good all-around athlete. You want to be a great wrestler or a great tennis player. When I had a heart problem, I didn't want to go to a general practitioner. I wanted to go to an electrophysiologist, a specialist, not a cardiologist. He was a special cardiologist. So let's review. People are not better than you. They're different than you. And it's not how smart you are. It's how you are smart. And we all have this little voice in our mind that talks to us all the time. Do you realize you have a little voice in your mind? When I just asked you that question, do you realize you have a little voice in your mind? If some little voice said, there's no little voice up here, that's the little voice I'm talking about. And this little voice is always worried about WWOPT and WWOPS. What will other people think and what will other people say? And then we think that it's really important that we're the smartest rather than exploring how we are smart. Then we really don't appreciate our differences. What do you think? Especially if you're an educator, why don't you send me an email about this message? You could reach me at sendmeastory@AOL.com. Sendmeastory@AOL.com. And of course, if you have a great story, you could send it to sendmeastory@AOL.com. Thank you so much for listening.